Question 16. The site of the accident was so frightened that the bystanders could not testify any facts about it. Now the site of the accident, that is whatever was there in the accident site, the site of the accident site was so frightened. How can the site itself be frightened? People who see the site only will be frightened. But here, that bystanders could not testify. Testify means give witness to what happened, whose fault was it, how the accident took place. They could not say anything because they were petrified. They were frozen with the shock. They were so afraid to testify anything. The first one says, the site of the accident was so very frightened. So frightened is wrong, therefore so very frightened is also wrong. So very frightened as, frightened itself is wrong. Wherever frightened occurs, that is also wrong. As frightened as. People are frightened, the sight is not frightened. Now, option D, so frightening. The sight of the accident was frightening, means it will cause fear in those who see that, who sight that. Therefore, the most appropriate option here for question 16 is option D. So frightening. The sight of the accident was so frightening that the bystanders who could not testify any facts about it. Question 16, the correct option is D, so frightening. Now we go to question 17. The two brothers were so much similar in appearance that no one could believe that they were twins. When we discussed the phrase replacement test, we believed, we were made to understand that when you replace any of these phrases in place of the italicized phrase, the sentence should become grammatically correct and meaningfully complete. Now, this sentence is a case where it appears to be grammatically correct, but then meaningfully, the two brothers were so much similar. When they looked so similar, how can I say that no one could believe they were twins? Anyone who looks at them, looks at their similarity, could say that they were twins. So much similar in meaning does not fit into that place. So it is a wrong usage of the word similar, because no one could say they were twins. So any option where similar comes is irrelevant. Very much similar is wrong. So much similar is wrong. Now come to the third option. They were so different in appearance. The twins, normally twins are expected to be alike, to be similar to one another, to each other, so that others would understand. But in this case, they were so different. And option C will make the sentence meaningfully complete. Therefore, in question 17, the correct option is option C. The two brothers were so different in appearance that no one could believe that they were twins. Now, question 18. Despite their best efforts, they could not convince the members by changing their decision. The members had taken some decision, so some others tried to make them change their decision. Despite, which means in spite of, they could not convince the members. Members had already taken a decision. They could not make them change their decision. The words which are italicized are by changing their decision, use of a wrong preposition. By changing their decision, and change their decision is irrelevant. And look at the option B. They could not convince the members to change their decision. To change is, infinitive. They could not see to go, to come, to talk. All these things are called infinitives. They have to followed by a verb in the present, simple present form. So to change their decision. The correct option therefore is option B. In question 8, option B says to change their decision. Despite their best efforts, they could not convince the members to change their decision. Now, question 19. One of the functions of the teacher is to spot maladjusted children in the class. Now, the italicized words are one of the function of. Now the first one of the functions of. Whenever one of the is used in any sentence, it should be followed by a plural noun. One of the boys was missing. One of the ministers has resigned. Here one of the, then function is singular, which is wrong. So the option should have plural noun. One of the function, the teacher has got many functions, out of which one function is to spot maladjusted children. Maladjusted children are those children who are not able to move freely with the other children in the class. They may have some psychological problem. The teacher is the person who has to spot so that they can be counseled. Therefore, in question 19, the correct option is option A. One of the functions of the teacher is to spot maladjusted children in the class. That takes us to question 20. We had not only helped them with money, but also with new machinery and raw materials. Not only helped them with is underlined. Now the options are, we had only helped them. We had helped them, not only to them, not only been helped. They have used the passive voice which changes the meaning. But here, look at option D. We helped them not only with money, but also new machinery and raw materials. Therefore, the correct option here is option D. We had helped them not only with money, but also with the new machinery and raw materials. That is the correct option D for question 20.